Welcome to Hero Villains. Thank you for always watching and supporting the channel. What do you think about the battle between Ghost Rider versus Juggernaut? When Hellfire meets Immortal Force, Ghost Rider, also known as the Spirit of Vengeance, is the embodiment of a devil in a human body. When transformed, he possesses a flaming motorcycle, magical chains, and especially the Penance Stare, a punitive gaze that makes the victim feel all the sins he has caused. Ghost Rider can also control Hellfire, possess near-immortal regeneration, and superior physical strength. More importantly, he is not just a superhero, he is a tool of spiritual punishment. Juggernaut is a symbol of absolute power. When Cain Marko merged with the Cyttorak gem, he became Juggernaut, an entity that cannot be stopped, cannot be harmed, and never tires. No wall can stop his footsteps. The Juggernaut's limitless physical strength and rapid healing ability make him a nightmare for all physical opponents. Before we dive into the analysis, please click the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Ghost Rider is a special entity formed from the fusion of a human and a supernatural spirit of vengeance. Ghost Rider has superhuman physical strength, allowing him to easily lift, push, and destroy objects of great weight and durability. His ability to accelerate and move quickly allows him to react instantly in dangerous situations, while his body's endurance and durability are almost beyond all limits. One of the most notable factors is his outstanding regenerative ability. Ghost Rider can regenerate his entire body, even if it has been completely destroyed, making him a nearly immortal warrior in long battles. Additionally, he has the ability to transform his means of transportation at will. Whether it be a motorcycle, horse, train, or even unimaginable vehicles like a bullet train, Ghost Rider can transform them all into tools for combat and transportation purposes, often covered in hellish flames. The Ghost Rider's special feature lies not only in his terrifying appearance with a burning skeleton, but also in his ability to control a unique type of hellfire. This is not a normal physical fire, but a supernatural fire that directly affects the soul and spiritual nature of the subject. Hellfire can cause extreme pain and destroy the soul, making it a particularly effective weapon when confronting creatures with magical or spiritual elements. Ghost Rider, with all these abilities, is not only a symbol of punishment, but also a living testament to the power of revenge in the supernatural world. He is both a judge and an embodiment of dark justice, always ready to burn the sins deep in the souls of the wicked. The look of repentance is one of Ghost Rider's most terrifying abilities, a form of profound punishment aimed directly at the soul. When the Ghost Rider looks directly into the eyes of his target, he is instantly forced to experience all the pain he has ever caused others. Every act of cruelty, no matter how small, is turned around and reflected back onto himself, causing him to suffer the physical pain, mental torment, regret, disappointment, and guilt that his victims once suffered. No mental wall is strong enough to block this gaze once it locks onto a target. The Penance Stare penetrates all defenses, from strong will to ancient magic, and is not even limited by space or physical nature. It is not an act of combat in the traditional sense, but a profound form of torture, a judgment reserved for the immoral and unrepentant. As such, many supernatural villains, despite their superior strength, have fallen under the Ghost Rider's gaze. Not only does it cause pain to its enemies, it also shakes their moral foundations, causing them to realize and be consumed by the consequences of their own actions. Ghost Rider is not only an instrument of punishment, but also a partial ruler of hell. All souls in hell must obey his commands, including powerful entities such as the Celestials. More notably, Ghost Rider once defeated Mephisto, who was destined to rule hell forever according to the ultimate plan of the Supreme Being, the One above all. Ghost Rider's overthrow of Mephisto and taking control of Hell himself is not just a feat of strength. Ghost Rider possesses a level of power and will that can affect the very nature of reality. He can bend the void, a space completely devoid of matter, energy, or time at will. Ghost Rider is not only able to read the minds of his opponents, but can also analyze, predict, and react to their next moves with near-perfect accuracy, thanks to his direct connection to the souls and emotions of his enemies. In combat, Ghost Rider has withstood temperatures as high as the core of a star without any loss of power. He has destroyed a fallen angel, destroyed an entire city, and killed multiple criminals in a single day. He once destroyed the body of a supposedly invulnerable dark celestial. This is an ancient and nearly invulnerable race in the Marvel Universe. The fact that Ghost Rider caused actual damage to the body of a celestial reestablishes the scale of his power. Ghost Rider is one of the characters with incredible power. He is also considered one of the most powerful entities to have ever appeared on Earth. With the power of the Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider is capable of directly confronting and being on par with many cosmic-level entities, including Nova, Sentry, Silver Surfer, Captain Marvel, and Thanos. Ghost Rider even defeated Thanos decisively and destroyed him, a rare feat in the history of superheroes. Ghost Rider's highlight is the ability to endure despite the devastating attacks. Not only possessing superior physical strength, Ghost Rider is also able to withstand psychic attacks, magic, and cosmic energy. Ghost Rider's ability to fight alone makes him an extremely dangerous opponent. In some special situations, he has proven himself strong enough to defeat top Marvel characters such as Hulk, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and Thor, all without the support of any allies. The ability to overwhelm enemies with both strength and fear comes from the supernatural influence of the Spirit of Vengeance. Ghost Rider is not bound by the usual limitations of superheroes. He acts as a living judge, bringing justice to places where conventional laws and morality cannot reach. Ghost Rider is considered one of the characters with superior powers that can be compared to Superman. Key factors such as speed, durability, and physical strength are all demonstrated by Ghost Rider at an extremely high level, enough to directly confront the top characters of every superhero universe. What is special is that Ghost Rider is even considered to be able to defeat Superman. The main reason lies in Superman's inherent weakness, poor resistance to the effects of magic and supernatural energy sources. Initially, Johnny Blaze was connected to Zarathos, an ancient spirit of vengeance. However, in later storylines, the truth was revealed that Johnny was possessed not by Zarathos, but by a powerful angel. This angel was not an ordinary being, but a divine entity sent to execute absolute justice, and was known as the Angel of Vengeance, reinforcing the idea that Ghost Rider was not just a cursed spirit, but the embodiment of a part of the Supreme Being's will. The Spirit of Vengeance was, in fact, the ultimate instrument of God's justice, sent to punish evil in all its forms, from sinful humans to supernatural entities, and even fallen angels. Only God can create a Ghost Rider, and only God can destroy a Ghost Rider. This quote not only reflects the transcendent nature of the character, but also shows that Ghost Rider operates outside of all the normal rules of the superhero universe. Subscribe to the channel, it will help us a lot, and moreover, you will get to see great videos every day. You are the best, thank you very much. Juggernaut is one of the most physically powerful entities in the entire multiverse. With an infinite source of energy coming from the mystical entity Cyttorak, he is known as a nearly unstoppable being of destruction. Real name Cain Marko, Juggernaut became the embodiment of power when he absorbed the energy of the Crimson Gem of Cyttorak, a magical artifact that can turn its owner into an invincible tool. Unlike many other superpowered beings, Juggernaut is not simply physically strong. His power is constantly nourished by Cyttorak, allowing him to move forward with unstoppable motivation, stopped by any physical barrier. Each step of Juggernaut is like a wave of destruction, able to crush everything in its path, regardless of solid architecture or even famous superheroes. The most outstanding feature of Juggernaut is the ability to be completely immune to physical damage. Physical attacks, no matter how powerful, cannot harm him. In addition, he does not need to eat, drink, sleep, or even breathe, which makes him an endless, tireless fighting machine. The armor that Juggernaut wears is almost absolutely durable, while the special helmet makes him immune to mental attacks, protecting his mind from intrusion and control from beings with psychic abilities. Juggernaut possesses super-fast healing ability, making him virtually immortal in prolonged confrontations. This healing ability not only allows him to quickly heal from injuries, but also maintain his strength at maximum level in any combat situation. His near-total immunity and the support of the entity Cyttorak have made Juggernaut one of the most terrifying forces of destruction ever known in the history of superhero universes. Juggernaut cannot be defeated by simple forms of attack. He is protected by powerful ancient enchantments bestowed upon him by the magical gem Cyttorak. These enchantments not only enhance his strength, but also encase the Juggernaut in an invisible protective energy that makes him immune to almost all forms of physical harm, even from the most powerful attacks. Even the most powerful superheroes on the planet, who can lift buildings or create earthquakes with their punches, have been unable to stop the Juggernaut. They have tried their best to confront him with force, but have failed, forcing them to seek methods that go beyond the physical limits. Some have tried to use magic, manipulate the mind, or exploit the Juggernaut's psychic weaknesses as the only ways to slow or stop him. What makes the Juggernaut truly terrifying is not just his brute strength or his immunity to damage, but his absolute determination in action. Once he starts moving forward, nothing can stop him. He knows no fatigue, needs no rest, and is unfazed by any opponent. To defeat Juggernaut, one must either use strategy, intelligence, and magic, or find a way to separate him from the supernatural power that Cyttorak grants him. Only by severing the Juggernaut's link to that mystical energy can there be any hope of weakening him. However, this is extremely difficult, and in most cases, Juggernaut remains an uncontrollable nightmare on the battlefield. Juggernaut possesses an immeasurable level of physical strength. Juggernaut has been said to be able to match or even surpass the Hulk, a character who is considered a symbol of brute strength and limitless anger. Every feat of strength the Hulk has ever displayed, from lifting massive objects to destroying the most fortified structures, the Juggernaut has been able to perform without any hindrance. The Juggernaut's strength has never been clearly determined. The reason is that his power does not come from his physical body, but from an infinite source of magical energy outside. Juggernaut can actively increase his strength by absorbing more energy from Cyttorak. He is not bound by any biological or psychological limitations and does not need to accumulate gradually like the Hulk needs anger to increase his strength. As long as he is connected to Cyttorak, Juggernaut can always reach new levels of power, making him one of the most dangerous and difficult entities to deal with in the entire multiverse. Juggernaut easily overpowered Green Scar Hulk, the version considered to be the strongest Hulk. With a powerful punch to the face, Juggernaut almost knocked Hulk unconscious, followed by the action of stomping on Hulk's head, clearly demonstrating his superior strength and merciless brutality. When Hulk tried to hold Juggernaut in a grip, he only needed a simple headbutt to the chest to completely break that attempt. Knowing that Hulk is known as the epitome of limitless physical strength. However, against Juggernaut, Hulk's strength was not enough to win in a pure confrontation. Hulk was eventually forced to use a strategy called BFR, which means forcing the opponent off the battlefield to eliminate Juggernaut from the fight. Juggernaut also once defeated an alien creature with cosmic-level power comparable to Galactus with just one punch after increasing his body size by about 15 meters. In another battle, Juggernaut faced off against Scar, the son of Hulk, and it only took 3 punches to render this opponent nearly unconscious. It is worth mentioning that even Hulk, with all his strength, had a hard time winning against Scar. Although Juggernaut was completely victorious in his physical confrontation with Scar, the tables were turned when Scar used his wits and tactics. By pretending to be on Juggernaut's side, Scar caught him off guard. Then, in a surprise attack, Scar knocked Juggernaut out of the fight by delivering a punch so powerful that it sent Juggernaut flying off the ground and off the battlefield. Juggernaut once easily overwhelmed Thor in a confrontation that he seemingly had no effort to fight. He easily overpowered the god of thunder and nearly ended Thor's life with a single chokehold. Thor, a warrior who could fight the Hulk hand-to-hand without difficulty, was rendered powerless by Juggernaut in an instant. Juggernaut's power. He has shown the ability to shatter the boundaries between dimensions, even tearing the fabric of space and time. With such achievements, it is clear that Juggernaut is no longer at the level of planetary power, but must be classified as cosmic. Juggernaut once endured the full force of a Cyclops' optic blast. This attack was theoretically capable of destroying a small planet, but Juggernaut not only remained unharmed, but also appeared completely indifferent. After being hit, he even laughed as if it was just a light breeze. His reaction makes one wonder if there is anything in the world that can actually harm him. Juggernaut was also directly attacked by Mjolnir, Thor's mighty hammer, a weapon that has defeated countless powerful enemies. The blow was launched with the full force of the God of Thunder, aimed straight at Juggernaut's head. However, the only response from Juggernaut was a contemptuous remark that the blow was not even enough to make him feel a tickle. This nonchalance not only showed his extraordinary endurance, but also showed his pride and absolute confidence in his own strength. Although he is almost immune to all physical harm, Juggernaut can still be injured. The only way to injure Juggernaut is through mysticism and mystical weapons. However, Juggernaut possesses an extremely powerful healing factor that is comparable to or surpasses Wolverine. He can heal wounds in seconds. He is also immortal and cannot die from natural causes. When under the influence of the Crimson Gem of Cyttorak, this gem will be responsible for protecting him at all costs, making him very difficult to kill. Onslaught himself confessed that he could not kill Juggernaut while under the influence of the mystical gem of Cyttorak. Juggernaut has demonstrated the ability to survive reality distortions and many other effects without dying. A desolate town lies isolated, shrouded in gloom and horror. Where there was once laughter, life, and daily activities, there is now only absolute silence, as if time has stopped. Not a soul, not a sign of life. The inhabitants here have mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind empty houses and dusty streets, as if all had been swept away by a demonic force. Sealed by a dark gate where supernatural energy lurks, waiting to escape and plunge the world into darkness. Juggernaut appears, looming like a nightmare summoned from another dimension. He does not care about the surrounding horror or the warnings of danger beyond the gate. He has a single goal: to break the seal that holds the gates of hell. Unstoppable by nature, Juggernaut marched forward without doubt or hesitation. To him, all warnings were meaningless, all obstacles were a joke. But as the ground began to shake, something ancient and sacred awoke. Ghost Rider, the spirit of vengeance, felt the pain echoing from the depths of his soul. Hellfire burned in his eyes as he rode his burning chariot through the darkness to stop the impending disaster. His appearance was a living sentence for those who had forgotten the line between good and evil. Blocking Juggernaut's path, Ghost Rider spoke coldly, his voice echoing like a judgment from hell. "Your soul still owes blood. Turn back while you still can." But Juggernaut only smiled faintly. To him, Ghost Rider was nothing more than a ghost with meaningless threats. He did not believe in the concepts of souls, fate, or redemption. He only believed in his fists and his own strength. Juggernaut threw the first punch, creating a shockwave that cracked the ground. That punch was not only the beginning of a battle, but also a declaration of war against the laws of the universe and the supernatural world. A fiery confrontation had begun, where physical strength and hellfire would collide to decide fate. Juggernaut advanced like a living hurricane, sweeping away all obstacles in his path. Each step he took was a death sentence for the surrounding landscape. The ground shook violently, trees were crushed, nearby buildings were torn apart like scraps of paper. Nothing could slow his advance, not even the blazing hellfire from Ghost Rider. The flames flared like fury from the underworld, burning not only the body, but also the soul. Ghost Rider did not hesitate. He swung the fiery chain wrapped around Juggernaut. Each blow carried with it the power of destruction and the pain of the soul. Yet the Juggernaut stood firm as an unshakable god. The seemingly invincible hellfire seemed to have no effect on him. The Juggernaut's massive body continued to advance, his eyes blazing with pride and defiance. The Ghost Rider was forced to use his ultimate weapon, the Penance Stare. This was the vengeful spirit's sacred skill, allowing him to peer into the hearts of his opponents and force them to face all their sins. The victim would feel every second of the pain they had caused, as if they were reliving all their wrongdoings over the centuries in a single moment. As the Ghost Rider looked at the Juggernaut, the unexpected happened. Instead of succumbing, the Juggernaut seemed unmoved. The reason lies in the source of his power. The ancient magic of the god Cyttorak has covered his entire soul, leaving almost no trace of remorse in his mind. Juggernaut's soul is not only protected, but also warped to the point of being almost inaccessible by conventional means. The Penance Stare, which could bring the most sinful souls to their knees, is now useless. Ghost Rider is suddenly thrown back, clearly feeling the terrible spiritual power of his opponent. For a moment, he was stunned. His ultimate ability was completely nullified for the first time. Both Juggernaut and Ghost Rider had suffered countless injuries, but neither of them was willing to retreat. Their fighting spirit was like two endless machines, and over time, a change gradually became evident. Juggernaut began to show signs of slowing down. The hellfire, which did not burn the body but corroded the soul, had silently weakened the magical protection around his body. The magical protection that Cyttorak had given him, which was considered unbreakable, was gradually being destroyed by Ghost Rider's supernatural power. Realizing that the opportunity was ripe, Ghost Rider unleashed his full potential by completely merging with the entity Zarathos. His body burned fiercely, transforming into an omnipotent form, like a god rising from the depths of hell. The holy fire of hell rose high, lighting up the night sky into a sea of red light. Ghost Rider rushed forward at an unimaginable speed, closing in a flash, directly facing Juggernaut's gaze. This time, something strange happened. The magical armor covering Juggernaut began to crack. A small ray of light was buried under the cruel shell created by Cyttorak. It was a lost soul, a man who once had free will but was now only a tool of an evil force. With all the power of Zarathos, Ghost Rider cast Penance Stare again. The punitive gaze shot straight into Juggernaut's mind. He knelt on the ground. Juggernaut was no longer an invincible monster, but just a soul being judged by the justice of Hellfire. And the winner was Ghost Rider. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. Please follow me if you like. That's today's video. Thanks a lot.